All right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. Glad you're hanging out with us here in the Raiderland World Headquarters. We got a lot of ground to cover tonight. We got a lot of stuff going on. It's Tuesday's Best, brought to you by Kyle Rogers, our realtor in Raiderland, the official realtor from Remax. If you're buying or selling a home, you make one call to Kyle Rogers. All right, so that topic tonight, your two favorite non-stick and ball sports, right? No bat, no stick, no ball. Your two favorite ones on that. We also have from last night on Facebook the question about the last sports poster you actually had growing up, last one you had in your room. All that. We got Texas Tech basketball to look at, the transfer portal, and everything else. Oh no, is nobody playing at Baylor anymore? The offering plate must have been a little light. Seems like around Waco. You can only flip so many houses and make payroll. We got that. And Big 12 baseball, all of a sudden, the RPIs for teams, not Tech, but the RPIs for teams are looking okay. So all of that, whatever else is on your mind, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, we're going to do that. And then we don't stop there. Later on during the show, we're going to visit with Kim Sansom from the Silver Spur Trade Shows. They come to Lubbock quite a bit. Gun and Blade show coming up in 2 weekends. We're going to be out there on Saturday going live with you guys. So we're going to have Kim on. We're going to talk about what you can expect if you've never been to a Gun and Blade show and all the fun stuff that they have out there. So that'll be about, I don't know, about 6:45 or so. She'll jump in on the show tonight. Want to get from you early and often that we're coming through good. James says thumbs up. Our man Craig on Facebook says the talking box indeed is on. You guys know what to do. Give us thumbs up. Let us know. Spread the word. Share the broadcast. Get people in. Let's talk some Texas Tech sports or anything else on your mind. In 3, in 2. All right. Good evening, West Texans, and all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com, where you start your day every day. You started there today checking out Tuesday's Best. You know the topic. We're talking about your two favorite non-stick and ball sports. Think rodeo or NASCAR or track and field. You get the idea. You know what we're talking about. You go there every day. Yes, you do. And we're glad you do. Brought to you tonight by the Shropshire Agency, independent agency in Lubbock, Texas. For nearly 70 years, Jeff and the crew there can get your insurance needs taken care of. Find out what they can do, whether it's your family, your business, maybe you're on. Here's what happens. You don't show up one week, and all of a sudden you find yourself on a church board. And now you're on a board for your church. And all of a sudden the board's got to do insurance stuff. Shropshire, they can help you out. They can make it happen. So give them a holler. And then, of course, we're brought to you tonight by the Silver Spur Trade Shows coming up in Lubbock 2 weeks from, last week and this week. Yeah, the 26th and 27th. That's probably the easiest way to say it. We're going to be out there on the 26th, broadcasting live. And hopefully we get a chance to visit with Kim tonight and make that happen. So we'll see what happens. If not, we'll visit with her another night, but it's scheduled later on. Lynn jumps in and says, it's Hot Dog Tuesday. I don't know what that means. I mean, we get comments, we get all sorts of things from people, and I love Lynn. I don't know what Hot Dog Tuesday means. Tell me more. Oh, and one other thing that we can get into tonight, the utter odd fascination that Texas Tech football fans have online with Micah Hudson. I didn't slug it. It's not on the topic sheet, but it just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. This odd fascination that Tech fans have with Micah Hudson. Lynn says it's for dinner. Well, yeah, I understand, but I mean, why? Why are you telling me Hot Dog Tuesday? I don't see any pictures. I don't see anything good. Give me more. So that's the rundown tonight. You guys get in on the chat line, brought to you by United Supermarkets, Market Street. Obviously, Easter coming up this weekend. You guys need to be laying in all the essentials. Get everything bought. Ask your wife right now, honey, what do we need? Can I go tomorrow? Can I get it done tomorrow? Give me the list. Make it easy. Don't wait. Don't wait too late. Don't be sitting there on Friday and Saturday because, come Sunday, obviously, they're going to be shut. They're going to be closed. Too late. So do it now. Go to your local United supermarkets, the one that puts their name on stuff at Texas Tech as opposed to the other grocery store in town that, they send their money down south, central Texas. There you go. Jeff jumping in on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please do. It don't cost nothing. We're trying to grow that. We kind of got late into the YouTube game. Once we get over 500, boom, going to explode. Favorite non-ball sport, downhill skiing. Is that to watch or to engage in? I'm curious. I'm not allowed to ski. My numerous doctors and knee doctors over the years said, you can do a lot of things. Skiing ain't going to be one of them anymore. So I'm curious with Jeff. So your favorite downhill skiing to watch or to do? Watching only. I love watching skiing every 4 years in the Winter Olympics, and you've got the downhill thing where they're going 85 miles an hour and whatnot, and they're crazy. And if you grew up in the 70s, ABC's Wide World of Sports was great. And they would show, Franz Klammer coming down the mountain, had the bad ticker over on the side of the screen showing you whatever, Oh, it was great stuff. The whole slalom thing, going back, forth. But downhill, amazing. I don't know. And how do you watch that if you're actually at the mountain? That seems to me one of the sports that is much better on TV than it is actually watching it. JC jumping in on our YouTube channel. He will sign as walk-on later this week. Hudson, that is. Talking about Micah Hudson. Thought folks knew that. Go to Silver Spurs Trade Show. Yeah. No, I mean, it's been rumored and all the internet reports and everything else that Micah Hudson, didn't work out at A&M, didn't work out at Tech, didn't work out at A&M, coming back to Tech, whatever. Why are people fascinated by Micah Hudson? Because I've yet to see anything that makes me think that he can play football at the Division I level and make an impact. Prove me wrong. Show me something else, but I wouldn't waste a dime on the guy at all. None whatsoever. I didn't see anything. But there's a faction of Tech people that just are fascinated by it to the point I'm like, you got probably 10 receivers that are better right now. James, I enjoy Supercross. That's dudes on motorcycles. Hopefully my freshman son will be competing for a state title in discus or shootout in the future. Shootout. Is that gunplay, James? Shootout? What is that? A shootout is not a ball if anyone says otherwise. Shootout. Shootout. What the hell? Shootout. Robert Delgado, happy Jackie Robinson Day. Brooklyn Dodgers made his debut this day. Major League Baseball has done a fantastic job over the last, really, I guess now, 20 years or so, commemorating that. A lot of teams, everybody wears 42, and which is a nightmare for an official score and everything else. But, yeah. There are those who would tell you that he was as good a football player as a baseball player there at UCLA. And there's video to prove it. JC on our YouTube channel. Wide World of Sports opening defined what it meant to get too far out in front of the skis. Ditto hence walk on. He can take it or leave it. Yeah, talking about my guys. So yeah. I used to know the skier's name on the opening for ABC Wide World of Sports. It comes down and it loses it and goes off to the right hand side. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Dun, 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 dun. Meanwhile, back to James. Shot put, dumb autocorrect. I understand. Oh, your son's like a freshman. Yeah, a freshman, and he's going for a state title? Oh, we get madness going on here. Good for James. Good for your son. That's cool. All right. So the question of the day brought to you by Kyle Rogers and his Remax Real Estate Agency action going on in Lubbock. Your two favorite non-stick and ball sports. All right. Whatever that may imply to you. I mean, for me, my number one would be NASCAR. Anybody who knows the history of the show, the history of everything else going back 25, 30 years, everything else, you know my love of NASCAR and everything else. So I would be going NASCAR number one. Now after that, rodeo has to be in there. Track has a stick if you're running a relay, but we call it a baton. Eh. What about y'all? Non-stick and ball sports. What are your favorite ones? When we get away from baseball and basketball and football, all that stuff. What are your favorite sports out there like that? Somebody asked me earlier today. I was kicking this around at lunch. They said, "What about bowling?" I said, "Bowling ball." There's an actual ball involved in bowling. Wendy jumps in our YouTube channel. Is everybody subscribed? Everybody on YouTube, if you're watching right now, don't cost nothing. Hit thumbs up, like it, share it, invite people in. Definitely rodeo and horse racing. You can do them both at the same time, but it doesn't really rarely work out very well when you do them both at the same time. Horse racing right up there with me. Uh, my parents took me to Ruidoso when I was, gosh, 6 years old, probably maybe for the first time. I'm trying to think. It was the year Hot Idea won the All American Futurity. So that would have been 77, I think, on that. Fell in love with it. Still enjoy it. Still love it. Don't get to go nearly enough. Have not taken advantage of it nearly enough. But yeah, we can get you around a little horse flesh. And you guys want to talk a little horse betting? Yeah, we can do that as the summer goes on. Jan jumps in. She's on Facebook. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook, free. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, free. Twitter X, free. At Ryan Hyatt Media there. She goes rodeo. Hold on. Rodeo, number one. Swimming, number two. Swimming, which is also known as don't drown fast. The fastest person out of the pool who didn't drown wins. Just kidding. Swimming is amazing. I didn't really give credit until later on, and after I growed up. Just swimming, probably some of the best athletes that you know are swimmers. James is going back to one of the other questions we had. This was on Facebook. Another reason why you follow all the platforms. Last night on Facebook, we asked the last sports poster you had. Mine was Ryan Sandberg with the Cubs, 1984, 1985. The last cool sports poster you had. Now, maybe the coolest one I ever had was in the late 70s. George Gervin, the Iceman. It was one of the early Nike posters, and he's sitting on blocks of ice like a throne with the basketballs in each hand. He's just sitting there, the Iceman, George Gervin. When the Spurs were likable, as opposed to with the coach they have now. My last poster on the wall is the 2016 Cubs World Series until my wife said, take it down. Good job, wife. You're a grown man. JC, favorite non-stick and ball? Non-stick and ball. Sport to watch. Probably racing of the stock or equine and a little human. We could do them at the same time, but it would get really problematic. Does Farrah Fawcett in a swimsuit count? Well, if she was swimming. Yeah. If she's swimming, yeah, that'd be cool. I'll count it. if you were of a certain age in the 1970s, God bless your family, your parents, if they let you have that poster. Did you really have it, Jeff? Or did your friend have the poster? Jan, have 3 granddaughters, 1 grandson in law, and 2 great grandsons that were our swimmers. See, there you go. If anything weird happens on a boat, you know they're going to be okay. All right, so tonight, 2 favorite non-stick and ball sports. Your also tonight, last favorite sports poster. Growing up, we can talk about Texas Tech basketball, Texas Tech football, transfer portal, anything else on your mind. Zippy had it. I have no doubt. I have no doubt. Zippy, the golden 3-foot monkey, had it. That's fantastic. Okay, that's good. That's good. We're not going to starve tonight. Chris, I can confirm I had the Farrah poster along with a Kiss Army one. Well done. Well done. I can pretty much picture the Kiss Army one, the Kiss Army poster that you had. You know. Meanwhile, back on Facebook, James, I like watching a good 4 by 1-2-4 relay. Flo Joe was the best. Talking about your favorite non-sticking balls. I grew up the son of a track coach. I could do real-time scoring on track meets in my head at age 10 and did, and it was pretty cool. So there you go. And then let's see, JC back in on our Facebook. No, sorry. I can look right at a YouTube logo on our commenters and everything else and go, what are we doing here? Last poster, Silken Dogs, Midfield. Farrah poster, then a buddy moved away and got a cleaner pulled down. I'll let Connor know. Austin, cool stuff. Jambalaya Wilkes, if you draw a blank on Silk, shot free throws just like him. Nice. We have also, and I wanted to do this last night, and hopefully we get to visit with Kim Sansom from the Silver Spur Trade Show. Got a Blade Show coming up. If not tonight, we'll make it happen tomorrow night, whatever works and everything else. So, Big 12 baseball is showing signs of life in the RPI. Not Texas Tech, D1 baseball RPI 99. And that's why we're using the hashtag right now that it's 4 days in May. That Texas Tech has to win the Big 12 baseball tournament to get in. But what was looking really maybe about 2 weeks ago as maybe a 3-team league in the NCAA tournament, it's beginning to round out. And I'm not really sure why. I've got to do a deeper dive on some of the non-conference opponents of some of the teams in the Big 12 and if they're showing up better than we expected. But 2 weeks ago, it really didn't look good. Now, if you look at the Big 12 baseball programs and where they are RPI-wise, Arizona 14, you're in. Congratulations. Arizona State 22, you're in. Now, neither of those would be hosting unless one of those two gets a little bit higher, and I'm talking as a national seed. Now, one of those is going to host top 16 because they need places out west. It's still a geographical deal that you've got to have places out west to play. So that's going to help the Big 12 this year. One of those two will host. Top national seeds 8, probably out of the equation. But, a month ago, I didn't think, it was possible nobody was going to host. So Arizona up to 14, Arizona State 22, Kansas at 23. God bless the Jayhawks for winning just every non-conference game they could win, even against crappy teams. Thank you for doing it. TCU is up to 25. That's inside my 33 bubble. By the way, my hardline bubble on at-large bids is 33. If you're inside 33 and you're in a power conference, you're probably going to get in. TCU 25, West Virginia 30. All right, Mountaineers, we'll see what happens. And then Kansas State at 36. Kansas State, bad non-conference. They're trying to make up for it. After that, BYU 44 today, Baylor 55, and then Texas Tech, as we said, 99. None of that matters for Texas Tech from the standpoint of, oh, if you play good here in the last month and everything else, that you could get an at-large bid. That's not going to happen. Texas Tech is not going to get an at-large bid. The only way that Texas Tech gets into the NCAA tournament is winning the Big 12 tournament. So you've got to get there first. 2 teams won't make it. 12 teams will go, single elimination. May 21st it starts. Everything about Tech baseball needs to be about getting right and figuring out how to win 4 games in a row. That's it. That's all. Win a series here, beat Arizona this week, Arizona State, this week, Arizona next week. You do whatever. Doesn't matter. You've got to figure out how to win 4 games in a row. So how do you do that? At this point, Jack Siebert is your best pitcher. I would begin by starting him on Friday nights. Now, with Easter coming up, he pitched Friday and Sunday, and you've got a Thursday game this week. Don't do it. Pitch him Friday this week, not the first game. But make him the Friday guy going forward. All right? He pitches Friday, Sunday, and that sets him up when you go to the Big 12 tournament to pitch first game, because you've got to win the first game. Nothing else matters if you don't win the first game. Don't win the first game, doesn't matter how many pitchers you saved. Pitch in the first game, go all in. The second game, you're probably going to have to club your way to a win in the second game. You can bring him back in the third game a little bit, 1 inning. And then on the fourth day, you could bring Siebert back for 1 inning. What happens between then? You got to get a bunch of guys to step up between now and then. Currently, Tech can't get an at-large inning. Get a large inning. You had 2 4 spots Friday night in the comeback win against Baylor in the 8th and 9th. 8th and 9th? 7th and 8th, I think. They're not stretching it out, though. I understand what you're saying. What do you know about Utah leaving the conference? According to Locked On Big 12, Utah is go to the Big 10. Locked On Big 12 said that Utah is ready to go to the Big 10. I'll believe it when I believe it. And here's the deal. If Utah leaves the Big 12 and goes to the Big 10, yeah, don't really care. Don't really care. You brought nothing to the league so far. If you can get into the Big 10, go. And it won't matter, because here in 4 or 5 years, we're going to reorganize everything anyways. So it don't matter. But it makes for good headlines, podcast, and everything else. And I'm not bagging on the Locked On Big 12 podcast at all. They do a great job. Utah isn't happy anywhere they are. And they have so few options. But I respect the podcast. Jan, Tech has had a difficult time winning 4 innings in a row. Yeah, that's true. Jeff jumping in on our Facebook page. That video title was clickbait. Utah isn't going anywhere as much as many would like for them to go. They brought nasty fans. I wouldn't say clickbait. That's how they operate. That's what they. Man, I wish I could write headlines that were as good as the clickbait headlines. You know, I wish I could do it. Somebody needs to write my headlines. I need better clickbait headlines, apparently. All right, so Big 12 baseball, Texas Tech baseball, the Micah Hudson fascination for some Texas Tech fans. We got a few more minutes left with you tonight, about 5 more minutes to go. Hey, we didn't get Kim Sansom on tonight from the Silver Spur Trade Show. We'll get her on tomorrow. Don't worry, but we're going to be out there on the 26th on Saturday broadcasting live. So if you're in the Lubbock area, come on out and see us, say hi. It'll be a lot of fun. There's so much cool stuff going on out there. I know you guys. If you got a moment to do it, I hope you do. Hope you come out and say hi. I know. I think Chad Hastie's going to be out there. Our buddy from KFYO. Yeah, somebody had to give him a start in radio. Blame me. Blame me. We're part of the problem on that. We haven't done anything on the Tennessee Nico drama yet. Maybe tomorrow. I'll do a few minutes on why this really changed the game, and that college football programs, basketball programs, all of a sudden realized we actually do have some leverage here, that you can leave any time and we can get rid of you at any time, that you're not a pro team stuck with a player who's in a holdout and you got the contract going for 3 years. This whole thing's an at-will situation. Tennessee figured it out. You know, the whole line about she may be sexy as hell, but somebody somewhere is tired of her crap. Well, they were tired of her crap, and they could get rid of her. Unlike NFL teams who are stuck with it. It's beautiful. Just drop a Micah Hudson headline. Once in a while, you'll get 500 in no time. Yeah. Sorry, I can't do it. Let's see, James, did you read the Campbell article? Not all of it, but prima facie, I disagree with Cody Campbell, Texas Tech System Regent Chair, on the need for Congress to regulate things. I don't want Congress to regulate anything in college athletics or otherwise. I don't want them to regulate it in sports, pro or otherwise. So prima facie, I reject the argument. I understand the idea. I reject it. It's up to the schools to now admit that you're running a professional program. That means collectively bargained agreements. That means unionization of players. And that means the dissolution of the NCAA. That's what I believe in. So prima facie, I disagree with the idea that I want Tommy Tuberville or Ted Cruz or anybody to have anything to do with college athletics or athletics in any sport at any level, other than antitrust exemption laws. And when they violate that, then we go to the National Labor Relations Board and off we go. So I read just enough of it to know where it was coming from. Once you jump in the portal and leave, I don't want you back. Pop Isaac, says Jan. But guys have come back. Cameron Valdez came back and he helped you in football. All the portal is free agency. That's like saying if you've got a guy on your favorite team in the NFL and he opts for free agency and he looks at the market and he re-signs with your team, that you really don't want him back. Yeah, you do. That's the market. If any player doesn't test the market, they're stupid, and I don't want them on my team. Any player that has that leverage, has the ability to do it, goes out there and doesn't do it. Texas Tech has failed as an institution of higher learning, has failed in instructing our young people on how to become the best they can be. And if you don't go into the portal and you don't test the NBA waters and you don't maximize what you can earn, then we have failed greatly as a university. From here, it's possible. I want everybody who walks through Texas Tech to make the most freaking money they can ever make doing whatever it is they do. So I would disagree with Jan here and say once you jump in the portal, I hope you come back to Texas Tech because Texas Tech gave you the best deal, the best money, the best opportunity. You looked around and you said, you know what? This is the best deal we got right here. That's what you ought to want. That's what you ought to expect. And that's what you ought to demand of Texas Tech students. Get the best deal you can get. Make it work. Vivaldi was a free agent, came back to the Rangers. It happens. Yeah. Jeff Mahomes with another $10 million check to Tech. Did I miss something? Did he stroke a check today? I didn't see that. I did not see that. Not saying it didn't happen. I just didn't see it. All right. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to visit with Kim Sansom from the Silver Spur Trade Show. We'll do everything we can to make it happen. She lives out on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and her internet's about the same some days as what we got here at Raiderland World Headquarters. And I understand sometimes maybe it not hooking up and everything else, but we're going to make it happen. But I want to say again, come see us on Saturday, the 26th, out there at the Civic Center for the Gun and Blade Show. It's going to be a lot of fun, you know? Jan chimes in one more time. Once you leave, testing the waters is smart. It's up the ante. Yeah. But you leave. Yeah. No, that's how you test the waters. By going into the portal, you didn't leave. By declaring for the NBA, you didn't leave. He didn't leave. Darian Williams didn't leave. But I get it. I understand. And for the diehards and the ride or dies with Texas Tech, I get it. And, you know, if you think somebody disrespects you or your team and you don't have anything to do with them, don't donate money, don't buy tickets, and don't be a part of it. I get it. 100%. Do your deal. All right. Well, we got to shut her down for tonight. Big Wednesday, What If Wednesday, alt history, everything else. Never know what's going to happen between now and then. Tomorrow morning, we'll be on the website, theraiderland.com. We're with you tonight on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, on Facebook, our Facebook page. We always got cool stuff going on there for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. And please sign up for our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Get us over 500. Thank you to Jeff Shropshire and the Shropshire Agency. Independent insurance, exactly what you need, what you want, and they can get you squared away. Call them this week and make it happen. And all the communications brought to you by United Supermarkets on the United Supermarkets chat line. So we'll see you tomorrow at theraiderland.com.